Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Quarantine Bunker Studio. I am your man out of Japan, Jay Contra, and it has been so long since I've been in a retro video game shop that I have gone to the internet in order to look at the most expensive Japanese retro games. Now we're here at the Surugaya Japanese web store. Surugaya has an English web store, however, it's a lot of machine translation. I've tried using it. I don't even know how reliable it is. What we're looking at right now are the most expensive Famicom games. Now, I'm going to try and do this for every system, and if you want, actually, let me bring over the other tab. So, how did I get here? So this is the Japanese Surugaya website. Just Google Surugaya, maybe throw in a JP there. Go to suruga-ya.jp, and you'll go to this one. I think the other one's like surugaya.com. So on here, this is if you don't know any Japanese, this can be difficult. I don't know if Google's going to machine translate this well enough or not, but how I found this and what we're going to be using to determine the most expensive Famicom games are we're going to go here to game. If your kana is good, you can navigate this quite easily, I would think. Hold on, let's just give it a second. Then we will go down here. We will go to retro games. Looks like they're giving you more money if you were trading in arcade games. But we're going to go to retro games, and we're going to go to family computer over there on the top left. You'll see here. The thing is they'll also list in the family computer won't just be all of the old stuff. It will also be like the newer games that have been released, like this Rhythm one, 8-bit Rhythm Land. Like the new portable Famicoms, like the clone systems that they're making, collections. But let's skip past that, and then we want to go to, because what they'll include in their overall listing is software, hardware, and accessories. And so for today, we're just going to look at the software. So here we're going to click on soft, which is what they call the games, and then we're going to click here. Right now it's listed based on popularity. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to have it listed by price descending. So we want the top priced games. And so here we are. If you want to follow along, if you want to look at this on your own, I also have a separate computer if I need to look up some of this stuff, because a lot of this super rare stuff, I looked up a few of these prior to making this in preparation. And so when we look at like Dragon Ball Z, so what do we got here? For a cool 578,000 yen. That is, let's see, right now, I want to say it's like 106 yen to the dollar as of the filming of this video. So that would make this includes tax. Surugaya prices on the website and in store, I believe, include tax. This is inclusive of tax. This is about $5,300 for this Dragon Ball Z cartridge. So what is this Dragon Ball Z cartridge? This is, what was this? Dragon Ball Z Kyoshu Saiyajin. I doubt this came out in English. So this is actually like a dollar game if it was the black cartridge. So there's two versions of this game. There's the black cartridge, which is the common game. You find it in the junk section, I'm pretty sure. Then you've got the gold cartridge right here. Now this gold cartridge was, according to my research, was given to shops that like sold a lot of copies of this game. So if you were a shop back in, like, what was this? When did this come out? Usually it's got the release date. Oh, it does not. Okay, so this probably came out in like what? Oh, 1990. Yeah, if I'm reading that copyright date right. So if it's like 1990 and you are a shop in Japan and you sold lots of copies of this game, you would get this gold cartridge from Bandai. I don't even know what you were supposed to do with it. Maybe you just put it on display. Maybe you gave it to a customer as a prize. I don't know. I can't find any numbers on how many of this cartridge was made, but considering that it is the most expensive Famicom game currently available, I'm going to say not many. But other than that, I believe it's the same game. It's the same exact game as the black cartridge version. So really, you're paying for the physical item itself rather than the game. Okay, so that was very interesting. Let's go back. Let's see what here. Okay, now we got the second. Most expensive Famicom game. Oh, and I should note, Yeah, so if you look here, so this means it does not have a box or manual. It's hakosetsu nashi. That means for the first kanji is box, and the second kanji is manual, and then it's nashi, meaning it doesn't have it. But for I think this, I cannot find if this was actually sent with a box or a manual or not. I seriously doubt it. If it did have the box and the manual, holy crap, I wonder how much this would cost. But so far, the price to beat in this series is what? So it's $5,300. And then coming in at a cool $2,700, thereabouts. Please excuse the J Contra math. This is Exed Eyes, the gold member sticker. Now you can see here we've got 4 different versions at 4 different price levels. Let's check out what the complete version is. Let's see what the deal is with this. So, okay, all right. Looking up here, so this is Exed Eyes. Here's the title, gold sticker, and then it's describing the condition. So there's something wrong with this. So even though it's $3,700, there is something up with this game, which would mean that if it was in better condition, it would cost even more. So you're actually getting kind of a bargain here. So let's see. There is something wrong with the sticker, and something is up with the manual. It does have the box though, obviously. So we've got the picture right here. Let's see. The box looks fine. Can we blow this up? Yeah. Okay. Hold on, let me just make sure. Yeah, okay, we're still good. Whole new format and making sure that my recording software is getting this right. But okay, so we've got, and I wonder if we can actually blow this up. Yeah, okay, here we go. So looking at the picture here, the box looks okay, looks fine. The manual, I'm guessing the problem with the manual is this smudge right here. My guess is that's the issue. Look at it. Yeah, it's got some edge wear over here. That's fine. Like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Looking over here, I hope my face isn't cropping it. Hold on, let me make sure if I don't think I can move it over actually. Okay, so zooming back out. There we go. Looking at this, looking at this label. All right, so here's the deal with Exed Eyes. Exed Eyes is, I think it's a shooter. I can't remember. So I looked this up. I forgot to look up the actual game itself. I looked up this particular title, or this sticker. So back in the day, whenever this game came out, interesting enough, basically this is just a normal copy of Exed Eyes, but it's got a sticker on it. Now, how did you get this gold member sticker? There was a contest where you competed, you sent in your score. I don't know how you did it. I guess you sent in a picture of your final score. And I think it was like the top 100 or 200 high scores, I think. Don't quote me on that. But the top scores got this gold member sticker. Now, I think there might have been a magazine contest later on where you could have gotten this. That might have been for a different game I was looking up. But for this, there's only like 100 of these floating around for what is, I don't want to say like a common game, but not something you see very often, but it's still pretty cheap. But it is this very special version, and it looks like it's got a number here, sort of like just like a... But that seems, is that like a C or is it 0245? So I wonder, just the numbers I saw said there were 200 of these. I don't know why there'd be 245. Maybe it's just a weird numbering thing. But yeah, so this is absolutely incredible. $3,700. Like, I remember seeing this pop up. I thought the gold, what was it? The gold Mega Man 4 cartridge was really expensive. Or it was like 4 or 6. It's one of those. It's the gold cartridge that you get, or that you received if you sent in a boss design for Mega Man and it was accepted. Then you got like a gold cartridge. I thought that was the most expensive Famicom game, although I don't know how much that is. I haven't seen that recently, so its price has probably only gone up. Oh, excuse me. Let me get back. Let me reset here. Yeah, so let's look at the other versions that it's got. So they have 4 of these gold member stickers. So they've got here with the box, the manual, and the cartridge itself, but each thing except so the manual and the cartridge or the sticker have problems with it. Here we've got something that is just the cartridge only, but is labeled as fine. Like, this is being sold as there are no problems with this, yet it is so what would that be, like $3,400? So $3,400 for this. And looking at it, wow, ooh, that's very high quality. Holy crap. This is actually, I'm very impressed. I didn't realize Sudogai was doing it up this close. But for expensive stuff, this is what I would expect on the website. Not necessarily, I don't expect this level of scan quality for the more common stuff. The more common stuff, they probably just got up one picture for all of the items that they're sending you, or they're selling. But for their super rare stuff, I can expect that this scan here is hopefully going to be the game that they'll sell you, and especially for these other things here, or it's going to be comparable quality, I would hope, but don't quote me on this. I've never actually bought anything off of the Sudogai website. I've only ever bought stuff that's in store. So I cannot say for sure that the scan that they're giving you is the actual game that you'll get, but probably for the expensive stuff. That's just my guess, but don't quote me on it. So here we've got one that has, so this one has, Setsume Shoujo Kyo. Yeah, so this has, so it's very strange. Let's look at this. So let's compare the prices. We've got the gold, so we've got gold cartridge, box manual, but the manual and the cartridge have a problem. That's going for 400,000 yen. 370,000 yen, you get the cartridge, but there's no problem with the cartridge. But man, I cannot tell you the difference between the one here and the one here. I did not see any problems with the sticker here. But that's just my gaijin eyes. I don't know if the people who were reviewing it saw something that we couldn't see. Then we've got here with the manual, yeah, gold sticker. It's got the manual and the box, but the manual has a problem, but it won't show you. Yeah, so it doesn't show you the manual. So that, I would have I'd be very careful buying this one because it's not showing you the manual. Not that I'm thinking they're doing anything devious, but it's just very strange to me that they would show the picture of the manual here when it's got a problem, but they're only showing the box here. And then we've got one that's even cheaper, a bargain. Save $1,000 by buying this copy, even though it's got the same thing. So looking at it, reading the condition, or reading the label here, it's got a problem with the sticker, but it's got the box and the manual, and there's no problem with the manual. So let's see. Let's look at here. What's up? Now, okay. Now, see, here's the gold member sticker, but it doesn't have the number here. And look at, yeah, it's really scratched up. I'm guessing. So I think the gold member sticker, it's not something like you got applied to, unless you like sent in your game and they like took off the old sticker and applied a new one, or did they give you a whole new game? That's so strange to me. That's crazy. All right. But Exed Eyes, I mean, if you really love Exed Eyes and you have to have that label, but as far as I can tell, the sticker is the only difference. Like the manual's the same, the box is the same. That's just my guess. So I don't know what's going on with that. If you're interested in Exed Eyes. So moving on, we've got Super Maruo, which is actually, yeah, I don't think, okay, just to be careful, because I can't remember what the label looks like. Super Maruo is like, it's an unlicensed piece of software. I want to say it's a bit adult themed. That's why it's got the 18 slashed out over here, because it's not meant for kids. So you see here, this is the black cartridge here. So the white cartridge is going for about $2,100 for the white cartridge. And then the black cartridge is going for 120,000 yen, or 132,000 yen, $1,200. Neither of these have the box or the manual. It's sort of like it's just a game. Was it like Hackersoft? I can't remember who came out with this. But yeah, so it's a very prized game. Then we've got Hot Scramble here. So this is a pretty common game normally. The black one, I guess Bandai freaking just loved those gold cartridges, because this Gundam game is pretty common. It's a black cartridge. You find it everywhere. You find it in the junk section. It's like anywhere from $1 to $5. But here we've got Hot Scramble. Let's bring it in. This gold cartridge, from what I looked up online, the ROM isn't so different. Although I cannot remember how you actually ended up getting this particular game. But it's been pretty expensive for a long time, so it's going for $2,000, and they only have one cartridge. In it. Actually, they actually have it at the Surugaya in Osaka. If you happen to be in town for whatever reason. Although actually interesting. Okay, so this is another peculiarity of Surugaya. Let's reset this. So something that they did quite recently, within I want to say the last 6 months, is so they've got the web store where you can just buy it at any time, and it's just sort of concentrated at probably some warehouse. But then they've got marketplace, because see, like here, so this means that it's sold out. This kanji right here, but they actually have it in stock at one of their stores. So I believe the store will sell it to you online. You just do it all through the website. But it's that store, so you can actually go to that store right now and find this gold copy of Hot Scramble, if you're in Japan for whatever reason, because they're not letting in foreigners right now. But if you're already in Japan and you really wanted Hot Scramble and you don't trust the website, you could go to the Nipponbashi store in Osaka. All right, so what do we get? So we got number one is Dragon Ball Z. That's $5,000. We've got Exed Gold going for 37, yeah, we'll say $3,700. Number three, we've got Super Mario, the white version, going for about $2,000. Number four is Hot Scramble, the gold cartridge. That's going for $2,000, and then we've got Black Super Mario going for let's just call it $1,200. Next up, we've got Battle Formula. Now, this is an interesting case. This is something that you will find with the Famicom and the Super Famicom. Not necessarily to this level, but it's quite for the uncommon to rarish games. This is, although it's a Sunsoft game, so I don't know if they... All right, so this is Battle Formula. You may know this as Super Spy Hunter outside of Japan, which is not a very expensive game. I looked it up. I think on eBay it's like $100. Now, why would this then be so expensive in Japan? Well, because it's Sunsoft, it makes me think it's Japanese. But for some reason, it looks like it's copyright 1991, so it's coming out when the Super Famicom has already been released, so it is a late Famicom release, meaning low print run. And if it was more popular outside of Japan, that means there's going to be more copies out there, whereas Battle Formula was probably printed low because it was printed so late in the system's life cycle, which is why this costs a cool $1,100. Yeah, it's come by Sun. So strange. And again, wow, Nipponbashi. They got a lot of expensive stuff. Now, what is this here? So they've got, so other shops, they've got it for, you can save about $150. Now, this is interesting, strange. Okay. Now, let's see. We got all of them. Okay, all right. I don't know why it listed that. That's so weird because it only gives you the one option. Okay, that's strange. All right, so we got Battle Formula. Is it really more expensive than Recca now? Because it used to be Recca, so now we're getting into the more like main print line games, although we'll get to a different item up next. But for the longest time, Summer Carnival 92 Recca in good condition was the most expensive regular Famicom game. I guess what I mean is it's not a special version. It's not something that wasn't sold. It's sold in stores game. Used to be Summer Carnival 92. Looks like Battle Formula's taken over that position at number one, because next up we've got Gradius, the Archimedes version, and no picture. This, I would be very hesitant. And then look at this. Here's one for $500. Okay, so we've got this going for $1,000. They don't have a picture of it. So the Archimedes version was, I'm pretty sure, like a tie-in with a bread company to market some product. I think you got this in a contest, probably. I think it replaced a lot of sprites with loaves of bread. So it's very hard to find. You see it in Super Potato every once in a while. Now, what they've got here is they've got it listed here for 112,000 yen. But then you go down to the other shop and it's got one and it's listing it at 52,811 yen. So $1,000 versus about like $450. Now, what is this? Oh, okay. All right. So here we've actually finally got a different copy. So we've got, here's the Surugaya web store. This is what you get from like their warehouse, wherever they got it. And then they've got the one here, which is going for $500. So if you want to save half off for the Archimedes version of Gradius, okay, if that's what you want. Let's see. Rakugaki. Yeah, okay, so this has a lot of problems. Let's see. What does this do? Where is this going to go? Okay, so here's the link itself to the actual item. But it's not showing you a picture. So like, if I would not go in buying this blind, because let's see, it's not Akugaki. It's apparently the label's bleached or the cartridge is bleached, probably because it's been left out the sun. It's got hiyake. It's probably got some problems with the cartridge, which is why it's half off. That's very interesting to me. I wish they would take a picture of it. You would think for a game as expensive as this, they would give you a scan of the cartridge label, but they have not. Unlike these more valuable games, even though like $3,000 versus $1,000. Like honestly, any game over, frankly, like $100, they should be putting it up. Like they should have pictures of the item itself. All right, so that's the Gradius Archimedes version. Here we go. I want to say this is probably my second favorite shooter of all time. First, the best shooter that was ever produced for the Famicom. We've got Summer Carnival 92 Recca. It's got the box and the manual. Looking at it, looks like it's got some edge wear. Now, I don't know if that's going to be this copy individually or they're just using this to represent all of the copies of Summer Carnival 92. If you want to know some history about this was released, obviously, in 1992. The Summer Carnivals were this series of tournaments that happened throughout Japan where you would buy this game before the carnival, practice it, and then you'd go to the carnival and compete for the high score. It's a very hard. I actually got this because I remember I bought it for the 3DS eShop. I loved it, and then I was like, I need to have this game. And I ended up getting it off of eBay, of all places. And look at that. They've actually got a lot of different copies in their physical stores. So I wonder, so this is going for $900. This used to be and probably still is at Mandarake. If you can find it in good condition, it is probably still a like $1,500 game. And actually, let's look at the copy down here. Wow, okay, we got a lot of stuff to unpack here. Because look at this one. So here is this particular copy. And this is super fascinating to me. I remember looking this up earlier, but look at this. Look at this bad boy. So what are we looking at? We are looking at a copy. Actually, what do they say about it? So they say Summer Carnival 92 Recca, the inner box. So the box and the inner box, like the thing that actually holds the cartridge, that little plasticky thing, has some kind of problem. The manual should be fine, though. It's got the box and the manual. Now, what I love about this is they've actually kept on the original stickers that are contemporary. Now, this sticker right here, I want to say, was probably the original sticker when it was sold in the shop. So think about it. This was sold for 4,000 yen back in 1992. That was about the standard price for a Famicom game. It is now worth about $1,000. This is about $40. Even back then, I think it was about $40. To go from $40 in 1992 to here we are in 2020, it's $1,000. Even a couple years ago, it was $1,500. I love it when they have the old stickers on it. And then we've got this price here. Now, this is not a Surugaya sticker. This, I am not sure, because I've seen this go a couple of different ways. This sticker could either mean that when this was originally sold, it was either discounted for 500 yen, discounted for $5, or it was $5 at a certain point. And I bet you in like 96, 97, when nobody wanted Famicom games, nobody wanted NES games, I can bet you anything there was a time where Summer Carnival 92 Recca, a $1,000 game today, was $5. And I love that, but you don't get that history unless you can find the actual physical manifestation of it, because you don't have those price records, and especially not in Japan. I remember people bring up those like Funko Land price lists of stuff that they had back in like their early 2000s. I don't think anything like that exists in Japan. I wish it did so that we could see the prices on some of these things. So look at that. If you want a game with the stickers on it, I would actually, I would even have this. I would much rather, like, here's your clean version. I honestly kind of wish that, you know, if I was going to need, if I was like, I want Summer Carnival 92, I don't have it, I want it now, I would probably buy this one. Just because, for one, it's, what is that, $200 less, but it's also got those stickers on it, and I absolutely love those. Now, Snow Bros is an interesting game. Here it's listed for $720. That's probably some of the one of the things, and especially with the more recent retro systems, is the marketplace on Surugaya will list new copies of games, and so they'll be like extraordinarily high priced for new copies of like GameCube games, because some of those are still floating around. But it looks like the copies here are still, yeah, they're on the marketplace, but it's used. So it's not a new copy of Snow Bros. And Snow Bros loose is like $100. So it's no surprising to see Snow Bros complete in box going for about, what was that, $720. We got Nick and Tom, or Tom and Nick. I've never actually played Snow Bros before. It's one of those games that I do not have. Maybe one day I'll play it. I don't know. Then we've got I am Ati. I don't know what this is. Super Mario no Zeta. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's by Royal Engineering. It's released in 1986, going for $720. What is this? It's a disk system game. Yeah, I don't know. Someone's going to have to illuminate me in the comments because I've never seen anything. I've never heard of this game. Zeta. Sweater? What? Okay, and then here we've got, so this is interesting. So here we've got this copy of Archimedes, the Archimedes Gradius version, no box or manual, so just the cartridge, going for $1,000. Then we go down here. We've got the Archimedes we've got Archimedes Gradius, but it's got the box and the manual. It doesn't have the postcard that was pretty commonly included in Famicom games. So why is this so cheaper? Why is this $400 cheaper when the box looks it looks perfectly fine to me? I don't know what's going on with this. That's so weird. Yeah, okay. So that's going for about $630 now. You can notice, all right, yeah, something I should have mentioned is that I believe the only physical difference between the Archimedes Gradius and the regular Gradius is this sticker here, although the ROM on the cartridge is actually different. The game is actually different. Okay, so moving back, let's just finish out this page. That's crazy. All right, and then we got Gimmick going for, what is that, $630. Allegedly in good condition. No problems with this. Looks fine to me. Yeah, Gimmick. The problem with Gimmick, though, is that the cartridge, the glue starts to like brown, because I mean it's been like 30, almost 30 years now, and so like this is just what's going to happen because the glue is going to start going bad on a lot of these. Then we've got Little Samson, complete in box. Now I love this because I think, doesn't the American cartridge go for like $1,000? Here, Little Samson complete in box going for $630. I love, man, yeah, Japanese Little Samson. What is that? Seirei Densetsu Rikuru. Yeah, oh my God, love the box. You know, actually the American stuff is not bad for Little Samson. It's not as bad as like say Mega Man, at the very least. And then what is this? Kage no Densetsu Yamaki Mentsu Yu Sama Presento. So this is, so it's something, the legend of Yamaki Men to you summer present. So I'm guessing this is probably some special prize, but I don't know what this game is, and it's going for $630. Then here we've got Karaoke Studio Top Set 20. This is going for $620. This is one of those like Japan only things that, like, I'm guessing you only want if you're a completionist. Because remember the Famicom, the original Famicom, like the one with the controllers that physically connected to or that were like physically, like you cannot remove the controllers from an original Famicom. Those controllers had a microphone in them. So I'm guessing this is I don't know if you could play the game and actually like speak and sing into the microphone and get judged, or if it's just some kind of karaoke software. I don't even know what this does. That's crazy. A Bandai. It's a Bandai product. Fascinating. All right, then we've got another copy of Gimmick. This one is $50 cheaper, and that's because something is up with the ROM cartridge. But again, they do not give you a picture of the ROM cartridge, and actually, I want to see if they're using the same picture of Gimmick. Let's compare it. Let's see. Here we go to an actual investigation. No, it's not the same picture. It looks like they've cropped out they've cropped out this. So that's weird. I don't know what's going on with there. Then we've got Moon Crystal. What is this? This is a Victor game or no? No, Hector. Yeah, Moon Crystal. I've never played this game. You see it. Yeah, it's pretty expensive even in cartridge form. So complete in box, it's going for about $580. But it's a game that I can't tell you that. I do not know much about it. Then we've got Miss Peach World. Now, Miss Peach World, I've seen this in person. Well, not the game itself, but the actual box. This is another. Yeah, it's a Hacker International. This is going for, what is that? $570 thereabouts. It's not adult. It's not like Super Mario. But yeah. I love that art though. When did this come out? I want to say this came out. This must have been in like the early 90s, probably like 90, 91, just because the art is very reminiscent of like Super Mario World. Crazy. Okay, so moving beyond that, so we've got Miss Peach World, we've got I am a teacher. I am a teacher. Te ami no kiso. Now it's like a weaving game. It's for the Famicom disk system. It's got the manual. So the thing about, oh wow, that's a very high quality scan. I love this. I am a teacher. I could not tell you anything about this game, but a disk system game going for $570. That's crazy. That's absolutely incredible. That's wild. And then to finish us off, we've got Fushigi no Yumi no Nadia. This is going for, what is that? $520. Is this no? Sorry, 550 thereabouts. Please excuse my math. Wow. And this is not a disk system game. I don't believe so. No. It's a regular game. You know, I don't think I've ever seen this in a store. Oh, but it's got 2 megs of battery backup. So you know this game is serious. This would have come out. This came out in 1991. So it's a late release. Game which is just going to make it even more expensive, especially if it's like actually good. Okay, so let's round up. Yeah, let's just quickly go through the next page. So here's all the super, you're always going to see the not for sale stuff, the stuff you won in contests or prizes. Then you've got the late system releases, like, Snow Bros came out in 91, so games that came out in 91, 92, prize games that are some the best in class for the system. If it's like a really good game that was released really late in the system's life, yeah, that's almost a guarantee it's going to be very expensive. Then we've got the unlicensed games. This 86 game, though, that's so interesting to me. I wonder like what even the second page is going to look. Yeah, so we've got Castlevania, complete in box. In Japan, it was released late. It was released in 93. So that's why it's like $500 is actually pretty good these days. It has been going down. Look, then we've got individual scans for gimmicks that have problems. We've got a prize version of Kinnikuman. I don't know what that is. A Go game, that's interesting. When was this? 1990. Then we've got, this is actually, what is this? Bokenjima 4, Takahashi Meiji no Bokenjima 4. This is the last ever game released for the Famicom in 1994, so it's sought after for that reason. Then we've got this, a disc, like, it's incredible to me that, like, disc games going for, once those bits flip, man, like, unless you've got a disc writer that you can, and you can find the ROM for this and you can rewrite it, man, this is just a time bomb, just waiting to die. And then we've got more copies of Moon Crystal, Castlevania, AV Bishoujo Senshi. Don't know. I've not seen that. Ooh, Body Conquest. That's probably one of those like mahjong games where you like, or no, I think it's an RPG. I'm not sure, but you can see it's a sort of a parody of Hacker International. It's a parody of Dragon Quest. It's a bit, I think, more adult oriented. What's this? Nantetate. Baseball, 91 baseball game going for $350, cartridge only, no image though. Then we've got a tailor-made. This is unreleased game going for $340, tax included. Never seen that before. Then we've got Dodo P. I've seen that around. That's going for like $340. We've got that now. No box or manual. So that's the thing. Well, actually, for disk system games, they came in like plastic cases, and they're often, the ones I found are often loose without the manual, but sometimes you can find them with the manual. They're a bit thick. Like the Castlevania one's really thick, although this one does not have the manual. So I don't know what's going on with this. Doesn't look like it has its. No, it's got the plastic. So this is, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. No manual. This is just like a sheath for the disc, I believe, for I Am a Teacher. And that's going for $340. We've got what? Fist of the Flying Dragon or Punch of the Flying Dragon, however you translate that. By Culture Brain, that's, regular cartridge. Oh, but with the box and the manual, going for $330. Here we've got Tokushide Soul Brain, going for $310. Doki Doki Yoenchi? Yeah, that's going for $310. Samurai Pizza Cat's going for $310. Golf USA going for $310. Interesting, they're all at the same, they're all about the same price. Bolken Jima 4 going for $310. Metaru Sureda Glory, don't know what that is, going for $220. And rounding us off, I wonder why this has been priced down. Okay, so then we have Rockman, the original Mega Man, complete inbox, going for little under $300. And actually, something I also should have pointed out is Surugaya will also include, because apparently they've still got price records for this, the original price of when these games were originally released. So back in 1988, it was 5,830 yen. So it's been about $55 for Mega Man when it first came out. I thought Famicom games were cheaper than that. I feel like it was, but yeah, like look at this. So this Soul Brain was originally 6,600 yen, so about $60 back in 91. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, yep. So Mega Man, I feel like this used to be more expensive, but a lot of the Mega Man games have been going down in price. So that's just the first 2 pages. There's a lot more Famicom games out there that are like plus $100. I'm really going to be interested to see what happens to the Famicom over the next couple years as the money right now is moving towards, I want to say, it's moving past the N64 and into like the PlayStation 2, even the Wii these days. So I'm interested to see if these super expensive Famicom games go down in price, or maybe something comes up. Maybe a gem is discovered and that ends up like skyrocketing in price in terms of collectability. But so this is not every game. This is just all of the games that Surugaya has in stock. Some of the big one that they're missing is that gold cartridge of Mega Man 4 that was handed out as a prize, because there's only ever like 6 or no, 6, 8. There's like 8 or 10 of them that were ever released. So those, I don't even want to know if one of those came out on the market today. Those used to be like $5,000 like 8 years ago. I don't even want to know what they would be today. You don't really ever see those anymore. I saw one once in person. But I'm gonna be doing this for basically every system I can possibly think of, just because I've got that itch to look at the expensive games out there, and I'm not in Japan anymore, so Hopefully this will be more relevant to the people watching this video so that you can see how to shop for Japanese video games. I'll try and do more guides to actually how to use these websites, as well as how to use. Well, also I'd like to go. I know Super Potato has a website, and we may even start eBay hunting for some stuff. But for now, I have been your man out of Japan, Jay Contra, saying thanks for watching. See you next time, and mahalo.